Now playing the Hook and Bridge podcast.
I fucking love Kesha. I'm telling you, I'm the worst person to have a podcast. I can barely speak.
Oh my god, I love reading this!
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hook and Bridge podcast. I am your host, Harley, joined with my lovely wife, Lindsay, the executive producer, and my little sister, Taylor, my co-host. Taylor, Lindsay, we have an incredible guest on the show today. Everybody, you know him from all kinds of stuff, from the Superman song, from God Shuffled His Feet, from It is Brad Roberts from the Crash Test Dummies.
Hey. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. So like we were just talking, the Crash Test Dummies over the years has meant a lot to me, especially that particular song. Superman song was also super iconic for me growing up. I just recently heard God Shuffled His Feet. I actually had never heard that song before a couple weeks ago. It just popped up in my list of songs, and I had never actually heard that song before, but it's on the same album, I think, right?
It is.
So my first question for you is, well, not really a question. I watched an interview with you, and you were playing a Katana Mini, and I just wanted to let you know that I also have a Katana Mini.
Wow, small world.
Yeah, right. I know they've only sold like millions of them, but I have it and you have it, so that basically we're like brothers now. So so my first question for you is, where did the passion for songwriting come from, and at what point did you realize that like your distinct vocal style was going to kind of transcend through the 90s and that particular genre of music?
Well, with regards to your second question regarding my voice, I actually thought that my voice would be a hindrance to success. I initially, when I started writing songs, I initially envisioned other people singing them for me because I just didn't really think that somebody with a bass baritone voice was. I just didn't think it was appropriate for pop music. I couldn't think of any examples that, really worked for me. I loved Johnny Cash, but he seemed to be doing something that I, wasn't going to just turn around and redo. And he's Johnny Cash, not Brad Roberts. So I just felt like my voice was out of place. And then when Superman song came out, it just became the main focus of the band, the people talking about my bass baritone voice. And so it's quite ironic to me that worked out that way.
I mean, it's very interesting too, because with your songs coming out in the early 90s, I feel that a lot of later 90s musicians started to kind of replicate that sound. It was very common for bands like White Town and I'm trying to think of a few other deeper vocalists. There have been a few over the years. Do you feel that like you kind of pioneered the idea that kind of tone would be accepted in modern pop music?
I don't think I pioneered it. No, I think Johnny Cash and Cohen came before me.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they're, I think of them as the pioneers for low voices, popular music.
What was it like to hold rankings alongside bands like Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Metallica, and Soundgarden, and kind of see your songs come over here to the US and really hit our charts here alongside their songs?
It was very interesting. Even though we didn't sound much like any of those bands, the fact of the matter is that when that genre of music became acceptable, so too did a lot of other genres of music that were outside of the mainstream. And you could get on the radio doing something that was, off the beaten track.
Mhm.
And I think it's significant, for example, that our song Superman song was big in Canada, but not really big in America at all. We didn't sell that many records in America, whereas we went like quadruple platinum in Canada on that record.
Right.
But our second record with actually, America saved us from an ignominious fate by embracing after Canada more or less rejected it. And so that's the fate of those two particular numbers, which you were earlier mentioning.
What is the story behind Superman's song?
Well, I wanted to write about something that was, sort of quasi-political, but still at the same time avoid sounding preachy and avoid cliches. And I thought that by using a comic book character, I could better express what I wanted to say, because it was a less direct way of approaching the topic. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, you're from a literary background, right? You went to school for literature, correct?
I took English literature and philosophy.
And obviously those elements weighed heavy into that track, right?
Yeah, well, and then generally speaking into my writing, I think, I I I really loved school. I loved studying philosophy, and I loved reading all those old authors, old and new, and stuff that was a drag for a lot of people. I just was right into it. Like we read Paradise Lost, and I don't know if you've ever looked at Paradise Lost, but that's a pretty long fat poem. It's like 1,200 lines per book,
Oh
and
gosh.
there's God knows how many books. I've forgotten now how many books are in Paradise Lost. That's shameful. Someone out there listening now knows it, and they're going, ah!
Well, I really love the line that you put in there about how Superman will never see another man like him, something along those lines. I know you said it's kind of quasi political. Who would you say is the Superman in the story? Just like kind of like the white knights of policies in the political realm? Is it more
Oh,
ambiguous?
I don't think it's anything as specific as all that.
Mhm.
When I say political, I mean talking about the relationship between the individual and the community.
Right.
Superman has a peculiar relationship as an individual with the community, because on the one hand, he does these heroic things, and on the other hand, he can't really take any credit for it
Right.
because he has to remain nameless.
Yeah,
And
it always kind of stuck with me too, like the idea of like not getting the gratitude, but also being okay with it. Kind of like when people anonymously donate. I that's how it connected with me was, people not looking for that spotlight of, hey, look at me, I did a nice thing today. Um, and Superman kind of has always been that image of I'm just here to do my part, and I thought that was a great way to kind of voice his image.
oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So how about the song obviously a huge hit here in the US. How did that track come to be, and how did you feel with like the monumental success that you saw internationally with it?
Oh, well, of course, I was extremely happy about the international success. I mean, I had never imagined that we would be uh, selling records on on that level. Never in a million years. But I certainly hope for it. And I got a sort of a taste of it with our first record in Canada doing so well. And I thought that we could do well in America. I didn't see why not. The Superman song, it kind of relates to what you were saying earlier about bands like Nirvana and so forth in the 90s. Superman song came out in 91, and the radio stations that existed in 1991 shifted in format between 91 and 93. And there was a new genre called AAA radio, adult alternative something, I forget what. You should be jumping in here now and telling me.
I do remember that kind of change, and I remember that Nirvana was fighting against that. They wanted the grunge name to be the thing that stood out over the AAA. Lots of interviews, lots of interviews with Kurt Cobain pushing against it, but I think AAA ended up being wildly popular in Canada, right?
Well, actually, AAA is what took us to cross over into mainstream. That was the kind of key, is that there was this radio format that wasn't as big as the major stations, that was nevertheless willing to take you on and play you. And up until then, really only college radio was a place where you could hope to get played, where you got played nowhere else. Or in Canada, you might get played on the CBC radio because you'd be Canadian content. And so you can imagine how that music sometimes sounds. But anyways, I forget where I was going with that. Oh, AAA radio, yeah. So that really had everything to do with the ability to end up with not a number one, but a number two on the Billboard charts hit, like the main chart. And that was quite a phenomenon.
And I know, bouncing back to how you write your lyrics and stuff, I know you pull a lot from your personal life. I think the story of is pretty wildly known at this point. You've talked about it a few different times. But care to just give our audience a little glimpse into the actual message of that song and how you feel about it today after all of these years?
Well, I'm fortunate that I still like it after all these years. It would be awful to write something that you grew out of and couldn't stand anymore. But I like it. As for its message, I'd like to think that my songs don't have messages. I don't want to be sound like I'm preaching. But the song delves into is basically a portrait in each verse of a child who is an outsider of sorts. And I identified with that category of kid. And I knew a couple of other kids as I grew up who belonged to that category. And so I wrote about a combination of my personal experiences and the experiences of friends.
I heavily related to the third verse with the religious family, growing up in a religious household, not that religious, but in a relatively religious household, and becoming an adult and kind of stepping out of that and being able to kind of step back and see the world from a new perspective. And every time I re-listen to your song, that one is definitely one that kind of sits with you. And I love your storytelling in it. You know what I mean? It's a very well-written story of, like you said, three outside kids who just kind of looking for a place to belong, and kind of seems like they kind of find each other, right, in the story.
I didn't intend that, but if you hear it that way, then that's kind of a nice thing, actually. So I'll take it.
Um, so coming up with the next question here, I know that you're fluent in both English and French.
No, I'm not.
You're not.
No, not at all.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind. The internet is wrong. Scratch that one. How about this one? Many artists have collections of unique items and memorabilia. Is there any particular collection that you hold sentimental to you?
I'm pretty unsentimental about those kinds of things. Um, my father just had to sell his house. He's like 90 and he finally sold his house and moved into an assisted living kind of situation. And he had all my gold records and platinum records and stashed away in his basement for me because, I didn't really hang up those on my wall. I just thought I'd look like a jackass. And in the end, I gave them to a Winnipeg music, a guy who wants to create a Winnipeg music museum. And I just thought that, better that than hanging up on my walls and making, there's just too much hubris in that.
Sure. I appreciate the not morals, the wrong word.
Nope, you're not a man of words.
I know. Modest, the modestness of it.
Modesty.
Yes.
There you go.
So how did you feel about, or are you familiar with first that there is a parody of from Weird Al Yankovic?
Oh yeah, I'm well aware of that. In fact, I performed with Weird Al.
Did you?
That's so fun.
On Much Music. And I regarded Weird Al covering that song as a milestone in my career. I just thought it was great. I thought he did a great job. And Weird Al, like, you can cover a song and you don't really have to ask anybody's permission to do that. You just have to pay him. Anyone can cover a song. So, but Weird Al he doesn't just do people's songs. He actually approaches them and says, "Hey, do you want to collaborate on rewriting your song? I'll do the lyrics. We'll keep your music, and we'll split it 50-50." Which is a great idea. And so he had my blessing from the word go. Sometimes people ask me, "Were you mad that Weird Al parodied your song?" It's like, no, I planned it with him. And then he used it as a single.
Yeah.
It was his first single off that record, which I was very honored by.
It's such a great homage to the original too. You know what I mean? He didn't
pull
away from it
He's
too
got
much.
the wig on and everything.
Yeah.
The awesome wigs.
How about the music videos? Did you have any involvement in your music videos, like production wise or imagery at all?
No. My answer is a flat no. I've always relied on the talents of my co-band member, Ellen Reed, who sings backups and lead and plays piano. She has a knack for visuals, and she is the author of the majority of our videos. She came up with most of the video concepts that we did. Either that or she'd be the one who picked them. But for the most part, for the first couple of records, she was making all the video ideas. Not all of them. I should be clear about that because for example, Kevin Much did the video, And I wouldn't want anybody who'd done a video to think that I wasn't acknowledging them. So, hey, Kevin, job well done. But no, Ellen had a lot to do with making the Superman song video, for example. She kind of wrote the script for that.
Mhm.
And I believe she had quite a bit to do with that as well. So she was on the big ones.
Mhm.
It was a great video. Like I loved the idea of turning it into like a school play. I thought that was a really great choice. It kind of fit nicely into the elements of the song, you know?
Yeah, well, one of the things I like about Ellen's treatments is that she always turns it into something more than just what the lyric is. It's not just like the lyrics somehow being enacted or presented in a visual way.
Mhm.
There's a complementary narrative going on, so it kind of has a double meaning.
Right, right. You said earlier that you've worked with Weird Al. Have you ever worked on any other projects with him other than performing with him?
No, I wish, but I did have the great honor of performing with him.
That's incredible, man. That's so
Yeah.
cool. How about your musical influences? I know you've been with Crash Test Dummies for a very long time. Have you ever done any work besides Crash Test Dummies? Were there any like cover bands back in the day when you first started?
Um, I'm sorry, is the question, did we cover any music that wasn't our own when
Just
we started off?
yeah, when you first started, were you primarily a cover band? I know a lot of bands start off as a cover
Oh,
band.
yes. I'm sorry. I
That's
just
all
didn't hear the question. You can go out and edit all this shit out
right.
or not. um, yes, in fact, we started as just like a pure entertainment joke band almost. We were playing TV theme songs, and I did an ironic acoustic guitar version of 18 by Alice Cooper, and we
Nice.
Wow.
did some Irish traditionals, and we did all kinds of stuff, some country, um, and yeah, it just went like that for a long time. And then I went and saw Steve Earle when I was living in Montreal, and he uh, he just blew my mind. And I thought, I can do that.
Mhm.
I'm not, and at that point, I was into my fourth year of university, and I had more confidence. I had tried to write songs when I was younger, and I never finished anything. And I always everything was too wordy. And when I was finished my degree, I'd read enough poetry that I kind of had an idea of what to do. So I was able for the first time to explore actually writing my own songs. And that concert definitely had something to do with me flipping over the band from a cover band
Mhm.
to a band that did original material.
Wow. Is there any particular cover song that you look back on as like one that you were really happy with your performances on?
Well, like many bands, we had one cover on our first record, and it was from the days that we only did cover songs. And it's called Androgynous, and it's by Paul Westerberg,
Mm-hmm.
and of the Replacements, of course. And so that would probably be the one I like best.
Nice. I have one final question and then we'll jump into the trivia game. We do ask all of our guests this question. The show is called the Hook and Bridge Podcast for a reason. I consider myself to kind of be the entertaining part of the show, the hook of the show that keeps everybody smiling and having a good time. My little sister over there, a little quiet, especially this episode, is more of the bridge of the show, kind of adds in and chimes in when she
Oh.
can. Um, and she is a vital piece to the operation. And then my lovely wife here is the and symbol that holds everything together. So our question for you, sir, is what is more important to you when writing and producing music, the hook of the song or the bridge of a song?
Well, it depends on what you mean by hook and bridge. That's a pretty, those are specific terms. A hook can be a very general thing. It can be part of the melody. It can be a guitar line. It's usually a snippet that is something that is distinctive and not very long, a hook as a word that just grabs you right away. Whereas a bridge, history of songwriting, for a long time there were just ballads where it was verses and choruses, and there was no other section in the song, which is verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. They were called ballads, and so they went. But then the song grew, and there were often what they called bridges put in, so that there was a third section, as it were, not a verse, not a chorus, but a bridge, kind of bridge between the middle of the song. And not all songs have bridges, but I like writing bridges. I think they're key, unless you somehow accommodate yourself to not to work without them. But I think they're important. I think ultimately the hook is the most important thing, but I wouldn't trivialize the hook into just a handful of notes. I would say that the hook is the overall feeling that's created by a song. So it's a more general concept of a hook.
I like that answer. That's a very well put together thought on that. We haven't had anybody kind of lay out the definition at all.
Yeah.
So yeah. 70 something episodes, probably 50 guests, and nobody has ever actually questioned what a hook or a bridge could possibly mean. So I like that. Thank you. So we have this super fun game plan for you. It is a Jeopardy style trivia game. It is going to be you versus Taylor and I. There are Oh, your microphone stopped working.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
I heard
no.
I can hear oh no.
I can hear. I can't hear you, that's for sure.
Taylor, yeah.
I can.
Oh, you can hear Taylor?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
That's weird.
That's very weird.
That's weird. Oh no, wait a minute. I heard that's weird. Is that Taylor?
Oh, that's me. Yeah, sorry.
That's
Oh,
you.
that was you? I didn't see your lips move.
So Taylor, if
Okay, so
you
I'm
want,
wrong. I'm
you
wrong.
could unplug the box for now and we can figure that out later.
Can you guys hear me now?
Uh-huh.
We sure can.
Oh, there you are.
Taylor,
I'm gonna
say
take
hi to
those
Brad.
Brad, I'm sorry I haven't talked. I tried. The effort was there.
That's so funny.
All right. So we have 3 categories for you, sir. We have rock through the decades as category 1. We have finish the lyric for category 2. And we have name 3 songs for category 3. Name 3 songs is going to be, there's going to be an artist, and then you just have to name 3 songs from that artist. Finish the lyric. Lindsay will read the song, and then you have to finish the lyric on that song. And then rock through the decades is going to be random trivia facts about rock music throughout the history.
And then final question.
And then we do have a final question. And since
It's
you are
just
our
like
guest,
Jeopardy, but not Jeopardy.
exactly. And since you are our guest, you do get to go first.
You didn't explain the point.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. There is 10 through 40 on the board, and you can pick any of the numbers.
Okay, so I'm supposed to pick a category, though, I gather, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Yep.
So I'll take the rock through the ages, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as a number goes, what numbers are available
10
from
through 40.
10 through 40? So whatever number I pick will determine the particular question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
just so I know what I'm doing here. How about 11? Because my amp goes to 11.
How about 10? During the 1985 Live Aid concert, which musician performed in both the US and London?
Oh, I would it be oh, what's that guy's name? Damn. He had something to do with instigating it to begin with. Bob
Not Bob.
something. Bob. Okay, then I don't know. Damn.
All right.
Taylor, do you want to steal it?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that question,
Uh-huh.
please?
During the 1985 Live Aid concert, which musician performed in both the US and London?
So I'm gonna take a guess,
Okay.
and I know this guess isn't gonna be right, and I need to
Okay.
say that now. Maybe I shouldn't take a guess because I don't even know if this person was in the 80s. Well, I assume so.
I mean, I don't think it's right, but I'm gonna say the guy that sang Maggie May, Rod Stewart.
No.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Can I guess then?
Sure.
No one can laugh at me though.
Okay.
Is it Elton John?
It is not Elton John. And yes, he was in the 80s.
I was making sure. I don't know.
I thought it was Bob Geldof, but I'm wrong.
I've never heard of him.
I also don't know who Bob
Who is
Geldof
that?
is.
The other person I thought of was Queen, or not person, band.
Mhm.
No, not Queen. That would have been a really good guess, though. It is Phil Collins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't even know he was there.
I didn't either.
And I've seen so much footage from that concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nobody gets any points, but it is still your category, Brad.
Okay, so I can continue in the same category or switch categories?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's try one more in this category.
You want to do 20?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. During what Aerosmith song does Steven Tyler use a sugar packet as a maraca?
Oh my. I'm a Aerosmith fan, and I do not know the answer to that question.
I didn't know this either.
These are tough
I've
questions.
never
Sorry.
seen them. I've never seen them live. I'm trying to think of anecdotal evidence for that. Wonder what song he would use the shaker in.
I do think it's during, if I'm thinking of the correct song, it's during the chorus.
You say a sugar packet?
Yeah, and he's shaking
Yeah.
it as a maraca. It's very crazy.
If it had something to do with the lyric, could it be Sweet Emotion?
It is Sweet Emotion. Good job.
Wow.
That was impressive.
Because he sweet and it's going. Yep.
There
Very
you
good.
go.
Not know that.
You have 20 points. You're on the board.
Only because you indulged me in for so long. On TV, I would have been.
That's what makes us different than Jeopardy. I get
Yeah.
I get
Jeopardy.
hints.
Taylor, let's pass it over to you, bud. Pick a category.
Oh, okay. Let's do. I'm so bad at name 3 songs. Let's do finish the lyrics for 10.
10.
Yeah, we're gonna start off small.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Does she know how you told me you'd hold me until you blank?
You cut out a little. Can you repeat?
Does she know how you told me You'd hold me until you blank.
Just one word blank?
Yep.
I'm gonna pass the baton to whoever wants it.
Died?
It is Died. Very good, Brad. That is You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I
Brad.
That
wouldn't
was-
have got that one.
Is at 30.
in the realm of things.
That's when she's the do 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 do.
Oh,
Yep.
Yep.
Till
yep,
she
yep.
died. Yep.
You know, I just took a guess as written a lot of songs that's probably what they would have written.
Yep.
Even though
Oh.
I know that song very well. I'm terrible for one of the reasons I didn't pick that category was because I'm so terrible at people's lyrics and remembering them. But once you've written enough songs, you kind of get an idea of where you can go with what.
So you have an unfair advantage, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that passes it back over to you, Brad. The floor is yours, man.
Okay, let's just to shake things up, let's try the category we haven't tried yet.
Name 3 songs.
Yes.
10, 20, 30, or 40.
40.
40.
Ooh.
Ooh, going big.
Big. Okay. All right.
Yep. Does that make it harder?
I try to make it that way. I do.
Oh, I see.
But usually it's harder
Well-
for both of them.
Yeah, she knows us. She always makes this hard for us.
Yeah.
We never win.
This is true.
All right.
Name 3 songs by the Beastie Boys.
Oh, I can't do that.
Ooh.
Oh.
Isn't that awful? And I like the Beastie Boys. I don't own any of their records, so I'm not on a first name basis with their songs. That's pretty lame.
I'll go ahead and steal that one.
I'm sure you
Oh, that's
will. Go for it.
Paul Revere,
Uh-huh.
Intergalactic,
Uh-huh.
and Girls.
Good job.
All right.
Oh, I was going to Tiptoe Brooklyn.
That would have been a good one too.
Oh, 40. My bad.
What's the other one that I can't think of? The one that I love.
Fight for Your Right.
To party.
Yeah.
Or Brass Monkey.
That's also a good one. I will go ahead and do.
Wow, everybody else just totally killed on that, and I just blew it.
we are 90s kids over here.
Well, we are. Taylor's.
I'm trying. It was a little before my time.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and finish the lyric for 30.
For 30. All right. Oh, dropping it down. Oh, boy. Was it just a game to you? But I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a blank, blank, blank.
Oh, wow. Was it just a game to you? I'm in so deep. And this is
Can you
90s,
sing it?
right?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Can you sing it as if it were? Why?
Because that's
That gives it
singing.
away.
Well, just think what it rhymes with.
He's not good at rhyming.
I'm in
Can you
so
repeat it?
deep.
Uh-huh. Was it just a game to you? But I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a blank, blank, blank. I will say it doesn't
I'll say it
necessarily
if you want.
rhyme.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to Brad. I have no idea.
Oh, it doesn't necessarily rhyme. See, I was just
Mm-mm.
gonna say fucking Creep.
No. That would be funny though. Especially from this specific person. I'd want this person to say that. I want to hear it in her that person
Her.
that
Oh,
person's
her.
voice. Oops.
There you go, Taylor. You got an unfair
was an
advantage. It's a
Accidental
woman.
hint.
Repeat it again.
Was it just a game to you? But I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a blank, blank, blank.
Is this a Britney
Blank,
Spears
blank,
song?
blank.
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna give you an extra.
I'm gonna say
hint.
sucker for.
This person is from Ireland.
That doesn't help
Doesn't
me
help
at
you.
all.
Okay.
All right. So what do we got?
Is it sucker for something?
Mm-mm.
No.
Full for you. And it's Linger by the Cranberries. Such a
Oh.
fool for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Wow. Fool for You is such a nice sentiment compared to fucking Crete.
Yes.
Okay, let's do name 3 songs for 10.
For 10. This is a hard game. I made it hard for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name 3 songs by the Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, okay. 1979.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly with shoot. Bullet with Butterfly Wings.
There you
That's
go.
the name of
That's
it.
2.
And Cherub Rock.
Good job. You get 10 points.
It's hard to believe that the Smashing Pumpkins are a 90s band. They had a very distinct 2000 sound for being a 90s band.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Brad, have you ever performed with the Smashing Pumpkins before?
I have not had that pleasure, no.
How do you have any opinions on Billy Corgan?
Oh, I thought the Smashing Pumpkins in their day were great.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. He had a very unique voice as well.
Yes, he certainly did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
We'll pass it to somebody else.
Yeah, let's pass it over to you, Brad. You go ahead and take the floor on this one.
All right, let's go back to my first category. The
Rock
Cross
through the
the ages.
decades.
Yes.
Going for 30 or 40?
30. Now that I know what it means.
True or false? Meg and Jack White of the White Stripes are brother and sister.
False.
It is false. Do you know why?
Because they're married.
Because they were once married. They're not related.
Shut up. Really?
It blew my mind when I looked that up.
Wow. I did not
Once
know that.
So not married anymore. So they're just like,
Well, they're also they're not together anymore, are they?
So wait, are they not related at all?
No, they used to be married.
No way.
Why did we just say that they used to be married and then they're not related?
I definitely thought I saw that.
No.
Wow. Okay. All right.
were they married like while they were?
In the band
I'm
together?
guessing.
I would assume, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It was a husband-wife duo. I had no
Huh.
I thought for sure they were brother and sister.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, it is
So-
still
The
your...
wife lives near my mom's parents.
Oh, really?
That's
Meg-
cool.
The
Meg's
wife lives near my mom's parents in Detroit.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes. And she's got all kinds of Halloween paraphernalia in her yard, only she just leaves it up all year long. It's pretty great.
What a White Stripes thing to do.
That's how my mom is with Christmas, so I understand.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
yeah. You guys always have a Christmas tree up
And there's a picture of Santa hanging in the dining room. So
all year long.
my mom's a strange bird.
Still your turn, sir.
I'm gonna do a point check-in.
Oh, okay.
So Brad is at 60 points. Harley has 50, and Taylor, you're almost there.
You know, we can see the board, and I know everyone listening without looking at it. Like I get why you do it, but you didn't have
Okay.
to.
Okay. So Brad.
I'm amazed that I've got even one answer because I live in a bubble generally and I don't know anything.
You're doing
Well,
pretty
you'll
dang
always-
good.
You'll always beat me.
All right, so we have all 3 categories left. What are you going for?
Is it whose turn is it? Mine?
Yours.
Mhm.
Yep, still you.
Oh, okay. I'm going to stick with my lucky category of across the ages and go for 40 because I think that's the only one that's left, right?
Mhm.
That is it.
In 1982, which band charted on the Billboard Hot 100 with a cover of the Tommy James song Crimson and Clover?
Oh, something balloons, maybe?
Not balloons. Do you want a hint? I will give you a hint.
Okay.
It is a girl band from 1982.
Damn, that should just tell me everything. It should all fall in place, and I should be able to answer that, and I can't.
I mean, I'm just gonna go on a off chance of the Go-Go's.
Not the Go-Go's. That was a good guess, though.
I was
Taylor?
going to guess
Oops, sorry.
that was a good guess too. I was going to
Mhm.
say the same thing.
Yeah, I have no idea. Any ideas, Taylor?
I said you took my guess.
Oh, well,
It is Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
read.
Ah,
And I
Ah.
didn't know that. And I love that song.
Huh?
Yeah.
I've never heard that cover.
And I'm going to go listen to it when we're done because I'm so excited about it.
All right. Well, let's pass it over to Taylor. Go ahead and pick a category
Let's do name 3 songs for 20.
for 20. You got it.
30 was a better choice for you, I'm just going to say.
Oh my god.
Name 3 songs from Oasis.
Wall.
That's one.
I actually think that's the only song by Oasis that I know.
That's fair.
And I think I've never actually listened to that song. I just know You're My Wonder Wall.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump in.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wonderwall, Champagne Supernova, and oh geez. I just had it and drew a blank.
Mm.
Live Forever.
Live Forever. Yep. Give that one to
well,
Brad. He would have
Brad's
nailed
cool.
it. Yeah, he would have
got it.
nailed it.
I only got one.
Yeah, but that was the one I was thinking of for sure.
I was thinking Supersonic.
No, I don't think I know that song actually.
Oh, I know that song, unfortunately. I'm not a
Supersonic?
big Oasis fan. So
Champagne Supernova is an incredible song.
I'm good.
All right, Taylor, go ahead.
Oh, you're letting me go again? That's so nice. Okay, I'm gonna name 3 songs for 30.
Yeah, I want to give you a chance to at least get something.
I appreciate that.
Name 3 songs by Destiny's Child.
Say My Name. Why
Don't
should
let
that
me
be the
down.
one? Huh?
Don't let me down.
I might be letting you down. Say My Name. What's so sad is I Can Do by Beyonce. That doesn't count.
No.
Um, um, can I have a hint?
I'm a
Believer.
no.
Survivor.
There you go. That's 2.
There's a song that goes like I'm not crazy. That's a thing, right?
Yeah, that's by the Monkees. Who never mind. That was the Turtles. Never mind.
the Turtles is not a real band.
See, that's what I was gonna say, but we talked about it. Never mind.
Yep. A Survivor. Say My
Something licious.
Not Fergalicious.
Nope, it's a body part.
Oh. Bodylicious?
Wow.
No, Taylor.
Brad, I gotta ask, do you know
Cranium.
who's-
Bootylicious.
See,
Brad again.
we got 30 points.
This game. I tried.
110.
All right, we got one last category. Let's just go ahead and move right into 20, and we'll let Brad go first since he got it.
All right. Ooh. Well, I'm a paint my picture, paint myself in blank and blank, black and gray.
Can you repeat that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a paint my picture, paint myself in blank and blank, black and gray.
Red and white.
Oh, you are so close. It's not red and white. One of the
Mm,
colors is red, but the other one is not white.
Red.
Blue?
Red and green.
It's blue.
It's blue.
Mm-hmm.
Red
Oh,
and
I
blue.
Red and blue.
Damn.
replay the tape.
It's Mr. Jones counting crows.
Oh, yeah, I do know that line.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. Oh, Harley gets 20 points.
Hey.
Messed up.
You are at 70.
All right, let's do it. 40.
Last one before the
Last
final.
one.
Breathe.
Thick. And I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. Blank, 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 blank.
That's me in the corner. It's definitely that song.
That's 5 words.
It is, you're right, but that's not the right words.
I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. Oh, I haven't said enough.
Oh, should I give it to you?
Yeah, what the hell? Let's make it interesting.
Guess what that means?
We're tied.
That means you and Brad are tied.
Brad, we're tied up, man.
You guys
Wow.
did great.
Comes down to you and me in the finals. So what we do, just like Jeopardy, you can wager as many points as you want. I personally am going to wager them all because
Ooh.
I'm just having a good time. What would you like to do, sir?
Well, I should probably do what you're doing.
Let's do it. All in.
Ooh,
Go big or
all
go
or
home.
nothing.
So usually I give you a category and then you wager.
Yeah, let's hear the category.
I mean, 80s music.
All right. What's the question? And she'll read the question, and then we can both answer, and then she'll tell us if we're right.
Mm-hmm. What singing superstar does Mick Jagger credit for helping to teach him to dance?
Can I say it?
Well, you sure can.
David Bowie.
That's exactly what I was going to say. David Bowie from the song Fame. I don't know that it's right though. I was thinking David Bowie might be too late.
Well, David Bowie and Mick Jagger did a video together in which they danced.
They did.
That's why I thought of David Bowie.
I'm locking in David Bowie too.
But you know, excited about that, so I'm wondering if I should second guess myself and say like James Brown or something.
I just think David Bowie might be too late. I know they were close friends, but when I think of the Stones,
no, you're right. He probably wouldn't name a contemporary as an influence.
right?
I was just thinking that maybe they jammed on the set that day and that one helped out the other.
Right.
But no, it would probably be more.
Can I guess if they're wrong?
Probably be some blues guy.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
America.
like a 60s. I like James Brown. I think
Or
that's
even-
that's a good answer.
Or even 50s.
Oh, you're right. It could be Elvis.
Can I give you a super hint?
Sure, I'll always take a hint.
It's a woman.
Yeah.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Never mind with my guess.
Gosh.
Tina Turner.
It is Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. I never would have guessed
It
that.
is Tina Turner.
Wow. There you are, Brad.
And Brad.
Coming in with the win, man.
With you got to give them all this points. 220.
Yeah, 220 points.
220.
Oh.
You are
sweat.
the trivia champion today, sir.
Well, I am shocked. I am so crappy at these games. I can't believe I got anything. Thanks. That was fun.
Well, thank you so much, man, for coming on the show. We have hit the end of the show. Do you have any dates that you want to talk about that are coming up? This show will come out at the beginning of November. You're the first episode in November.
Oh, and where are you guys doing this from anyways?
I am in Virginia. We are in Virginia, and Taylor is in Hiram, Ohio.
Oh.
So if
Virginia.
you're ever down this way, be happy to come and meet you. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
You know, I would have to look at our sorry. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
have to look at our schedule to be able to tell you where I'm going, because it's a wacky tour that's all over Canada and America, but it
Mhm.
starts up on November 18th and it ends on December 21st in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, okay.
And but we do pass through the United States and all, and I can't remember if we're playing near any of those, either two of those markets, but I could look it up. I don't know if you want me looking stuff up on your show though. Maybe
Oh,
we
you're
should sign
fine.
off.
No,
I'll
no,
tell you.
you're
Thank
fine, man. I edit all of the show anyway, so I'll take anything we need to out.
Okay. Let's see. So I'm looking for Virginia or Idaho?
Ohio.
Ohio. Sorry, Virginia or Ohio.
Should live in Idaho. As much as I love potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
really should.
Virginia or no,
Hmm.
I don't think so. I'm going to look very stupid if I'm wrong, especially the promoters in those markets who will be expecting me to report in.
Well, anything on the East Coast, man, I mean, I'd be happy to look into your dates,
Mhm.
and if it's within relative driving distance on the East Coast, I'm happy to make the drive to see you guys. Just to be in a room with a bunch of people singing would be incredible. That energy has to be incredible.
Well, we'll be in Canada on the East Coast in Halifax.
I would love to go to Canada. I don't have a passport. Can you sneak me in?
No.
I can meet you at the
Oh,
border.
Oh, you could probably get in with your driver's license, couldn't you?
I don't know, man.
I don't
We're
think
real
so, no.
strict on this side.
Yeah, I think
Summers.
he's super. Like, I definitely think you have the passport.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You do.
Didn't used to be that way. Used to be able to just
No.
walk across, I hear, back in the day.
Back in the day, like what, 20 years ago?
A long time before.
Yeah.
then, I
Oh, yeah.
think. But,
30 years ago.
all right, man. Well, thank you so much, Brad, for coming on the show. I really appreciate your time, man.
Mhm.
This was
No, thanks
awesome.
for having me. It's been a blast.
And if you ever want to come back on, please, we would love to have you guys back on.
Hopefully my microphone will be working.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna figure that out for sure. All right, man. Well, you have an absolutely wonderful evening, sir. And thank you again for really hanging out and just kind of making my dreams come true on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you later, Brad.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Come on, Polly.
What up, buddy?
Oh, I'll use my pretend microphone. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to today's show. If you like today's show, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I post a new video.
I'm gonna make big signs.
Oh, on
Popsicle sticks?
popsicle sticks?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a
Yeah.
great idea.
I want to do it like
We should do more things with popsicle sticks.
Like what?
Have little
Still
speed bubbles you
houses.
can pop up and hold in the middle
Oh,
of the show.
maybe.
That would be fun.
I feel indifferent.
Can I?
Yeah,
Oh,
put little sayings
said,
from the show
we
on them.
can sell them.
Sean's face.
Oh.
Sean's face. Oh, I touched Sean, by the way, while I was down there. I gave him a
You
little
touch my Sean?
We didn't
Lindsay,
even
I-
use
Sean.
we didn't even use Sean when you were here.
Lindsay, I didn't think you wanted a relationship like that with me.
With Sean?
Remember we had this whole conversation? Huh?
What? What are you talking about, Willis?
You said that I can't touch her. I said that you didn't want that type of relationship with me, remember? This was a whole thing.
Yeah, because you won't be a lesbian with Taylor.
Won't be a lesbian
Dude,
with me.
how crazy is
Weird.
that
If it's
about
weird, we'll think about it.
how crazy is that about the white stripes? I have told
Right?
so many people.
Right?
Where did I get this information?
I don't know. Like, I definitely knew that as fact, too.
We've talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
I don't think we have.
We definitely have brought it up.
I don't think we have.
That's fucking crazy.
Wake way.
God, I don't fact check anything.
No,
I
you
hear
don't.
one thing from somebody and I'm just like, yep.
And you know
that's
who you
the
get that from?
honest to God truth.
You know who you get that from? Your dad.
Ain't that the truth? It's okay. He can't listen to this right now. Listen.
Because
sorry,
he's
this is for
deaf.
everyone.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
But,
We'll go with
like,
it.
in another place. Not
Like
heaven.
in a padded room.
We're still on the
yeah.
show, by the way, everybody. Okay, as long as everybody knows.
It's
No,
not
we don't.
anything that our listeners don't know. Our listeners are your mom and Jordan.
That's not true. I'll
Your
have
mom-
you
Listen.
know.
And Malone.
Sorry.
Pre Malone knows.
And Prima Malone.
I'll have
Andrea,
you-
spam. She
I'll-
knows.
I'll have
She
you
real
know,
knows.
We have tons of listeners now. We have been blowing up
Am I being loud?
a little bit, but that's all right.
Yeah, I definitely
way
need to
louder.
I need to upload my Tuesdays with Taylor. Anyways, sorry that I got distracted. PSA to all of our listeners. I learned this today. Schmom made me go down and watch the health news, which was crazy because I have severe health anxiety. But with your Apple Watch, people are starting to get staph infections in their wrist from not cleaning the back part of the band.
Shut up. What?
Yeah, like it was a big thing. And
What does that look like?
Let me see. Send a picture of it.
No, like, I have nothing, but what does that look like for future reference? Like, what kind of band?
All bands.
Even, like, shut up. Even if they're, like, rubber band material?
Yeah. You have
Like-
to clean them.
How?
You get just antibacterial wipe.
But it's material.
People have been wearing watches for
Well,
a very long time. I think
Yeah.
I think this is false.
it's not. It was on the news.
Just because something's on the news doesn't make it true.
I know, and I understand that for like super important things, but why would you lie about that? Apparently, it's just been like really big this year for some reason.
Why would you lie about that? Why did somebody tell me that Meg White and Jack White were brother and sister?
Because you made
know.
that up. You heard Jack in your head and made it up. Listen,
That makes sense.
the back part of your band gets dirty and it's the same reason with like you're supposed to wipe down your phone and people don't think about it, right? They don't think
Just
to
wipe
clean
down
their
your phone?
watch band. You should wipe down your phone.
Am I gonna get a staph infection on my hand?
You
You
are
can
a
get-
staph infection.
You can get something
With
way
wipes.
worse. Are you a nail biter?
Oh yeah.
Do you know?
He
how
also
many-
picks his nose and he eats it.
I do not.
I've
Do you know
watched
how
it.
many gross things are on your phone?
Your butt.
And then you're on your phone. Are you on your phone when you're in the bathroom?
No.
You can get
He's
a
not.
colon.
He is the only person I think in the entire world that doesn't do that, besides third world countries.
Well, I guess
My
I don't
job
really
is
do
to
it
get in
either.
and get out. I don't want to sit around on my phone.
I was gonna say I'm not in there for a long time on my phone. Like it's a quick minute job and I'm out. Anywho, not the point. So
I stare at the wall when Lindsay thinks that's weird. When I poop, I just stare at the wall.
What? We're still recording, bud.
Yeah, it's fine.
So you're
Yeah.
okay with people knowing that you poop. But I've been
I-
with you for 10 years.
But I don't want anyone
Listen,
that's in my
I'm
building to
talking.
hear it. Yeah.
Shh. But I've been with you for 10 years. We're married. And you still tell me, go turn on the TV or put a video on your phone.
Yeah, that's never gonna stop.
So I'm gonna look at the wall. I'm talking 45 seconds to a minute. Like I am in and out.
Yo, your bowel movements are crazy.
She got to take a BF.
That
Done.
is
Oh, shit.
crazy.
Yeah, like I'm quickly done. People think I'm peeing. It's just nice and
I
quick.
don't know if yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'll wait till after the show. Never mind.
Okay. Anyways, back to
Okay.
my watch staph infection.
Uh-huh.
For everyone listening, clean your watches. And if you start to get like a little rash or something, or like your skin is a little irritated, take your watch off, clean it, and don't wear it until your rash is gone.
I legit took my watch off and stopped wearing it because of what Taylor is describing, and I thought that I just had outgrown my
You had a staph infection.
I was
That's-
getting all itchy around my arm, and I was
Yes.
like, well, it has holes in it, and maybe my fat ass is just pushing through the holes, so I should probably just
Yeah.
take it off.
So it could be that there was bacteria in there that like was irritating your
Oh,
skin.
dude.
And when you start to scratch the rash, if it's itchy, and then you put your watch back on, and that you then have superficial scratches in your skin from you itching it, you put the watch back on, and then the bacteria can get into those superficial scratches, and you get
That's
a staph
definitely
infection.
what happened. That's definitely what happened. I haven't cleaned that watch in the 5.5 years that I've owned
I
it.
wiped down my watch. I've had it for a year. I've wiped it down for the first time today after watching that thing because it's
I
something
would get
people do.
all itchy, and then I would take the watch off, and I would scratch around my wrist, and then I would put it back on.
That's gross.
So our advice to you is don't get married. And if you do, don't marry a man.
What up? Gesundheit.
Breathe.
God bless you.
You can edit that out.
God bless you.
Spit off me. What the hell?
Was it me? Did I make a funny?
No, I just looked at her and she spit all over me. It's all over the place. This is crazy.
It's a try not to laugh challenge.
All over my board.
Wait, can I tell? I know we're at the end of the show and now we're just chatting and
Sorry.
getting off topic. Can I tell you guys and my viewers something funny that happened?
Look that way.
Move your board.
Go ahead, Taylor.
So we were in physics today and we were doing a lab that involved circular motion. And our final question was what way does the acceleration move? And how do we know that?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah. I told him, I said, it moves in a circle. And he went, but why? And I said, because I watched it move in a circle. He went, okay, but why is it moving in the circle? And I said, because it's a circular motion. So it moves in a circle. And then finally he went, we understand that it moves in a circle. And I said, okay, that's the answer I will.
We have merch and stuff. Go check out things. Instagram, website, all that good stuff. It's been real. I'm covered in hepatitis or something. It's been real,
Hepatitis and
everybody.
staph.
Peace.